Hello, class. Let's take a look around our Canvas pages. I want to show you how you can best navigate what's here so you can do your assignments efficiently and quickly without hopefully too much confusion. I know all instructors' pages look pretty different, which can be frustrating. So let me just show you what I put here, and hopefully that will speed things up for you so you feel like you're not wasting time looking for information when you could be working. So let's take a look over here. First of all, don't forget to pay attention to your to-do list. You probably already know this, but you have a list that will pop up on your app, on your Canvas app, with your assignments in order as they're due. I do want to warn you that there are a few assignments here that don't come up on your to-do list, like the quizzes. So you'll find the quizzes each week in our modules. So just make sure that you stay on top of those, and I'll remind you. I'll keep sending out reminders. Don't forget to do your quizzes, but you aren't going to see them necessarily in the to-do list. But I will remind you in other ways and just keep nagging you to get those done. Okay, you also have access to a calendar. So let me show you what that looks like. So another way that you can stay organized and keep track of your information is if you click on your actual calendar feature, and then you can look at it this way. You'll always see links just to important information that you'll need, like the actual assignments or drop-in hours. I have a weekly drop-in hour on Friday at 11 a.m. So you can click on that link and pop in and say hi or get some extra help. So take a look at your calendar from time to time, and you can also add things to your calendar. Like if you want to set your own reminders, that can be really helpful too. Okay, let's go back. I wanted to show you just a few other things here too. So let me go back to student view. My page looks a little different than your page because I have the power to change it. So I'm trying to keep it simple here. Now, you always want to go directly to your modules. So whenever you go to Canvas, go straight to the modules. That's where all of the information is. This is your motherboard, so to speak. So you have plenty of information here, and I'll always set up by week. So week 1, week 2, week 3, and I don't open up the next week until Sunday night. And that's because I want you to stay focused on every single assignment and every page. I don't want to give you too much information all at once because I feel like sometimes that overwhelms us and then we're spread too thin. So especially during the first few weeks, I really want you to focus on just getting the hang of my style of assignment, being able to turn them in and navigate what you see here. So this is what we have for week 1. And the first section is more getting started, tech information, purchasing your textbook. You also have a link here to your ebook, and that won't be an active link until you purchase the book. So I have information here for how to buy the book, and there are 2 different ways that you can do that, and I list those here. And then also, if you ever have problems with Canvas or with your textbook, there is tech support. You can chat with someone. You can do a live chat. You can send like a service ticket. You can email, different ways that you can get help. You can also ask me. I might be able to help you, but if I can't, then I'll point you in the right direction. The second part of week 2 is our official starting of the class. And so here I just have some introductory pages, my policies, quizzes, all this. And then I have a few assignments for you this week. These are considered mandatory check-in assignments. The word mandatory sounds kind of harsh, but what it means is that to hold your place in the class, you have to give these assignments. You have to submit these assignments so that you confirm your place. Because what happens in a lot of online classes is that some people will sign up and then they'll never take the class, or they'll drop within a few weeks. They'll just lose interest. And we have a lot of people trying to get into, especially a class like English C1000. So by the end of the week, if I don't receive these assignments from you, I will assume that you're not interested in the class and I'll go ahead and drop you. So if you want to stay in the class, just make sure you get these assignments turned in. So I have a video check-in assignment. You're going to submit a video just of you saying hello to the class. You do have to show a video of your face. This is another way of confirming that you're a real person and that you're not a bot, which actually does happen. So make sure that you do that correctly and follow the instructions. And then the next assignment is to do a little reading. I have the first reading assignment loaded up here as a PDF file, and I do have a little mini lecture available to explain it. So I hope you enjoy it. It's actually a very beautiful piece of writing. And then that should lead you right into our writing practice number 1, which is another check-in assignment so that I can see what your writing looks like. And it's worth 10 points, so it's not worth a huge amount of points, but it's a good way to get you warmed up with writing and also to tell a story about your family or whoever you define as family, which I think is a nice way of just getting acquainted. The writing practice is not a discussion, so it's not for the whole class to see. This is just for me. So you can feel free to write anything that's personal or feels maybe something that would be a little bit more private. And then later, I'll give you the opportunity to share it if you're comfortable with the rest of the class. But for now, this is just for me, so you can write freely, hopefully. And just know that whatever writing you share with me is always in confidence, and I would never share it with anybody or talk about it in any way unless I had your permission. Okay, I don't want this video to be too long, but the rest of the links should be pretty self-explanatory. So the only time you'll need Glendale Zoom is for the weekly drop-in. You can find the links also in your calendar, like I said before, but here they are also. Also, you can see assignments in list form. I like you to stay focused on the modules and always find the assignments in the modules, but you can always find all the assignments together in one place. And that can just be a good way to make sure that you've done everything that you need to do. You also have access to grades. So as soon as I grade one of your assignments, you should see the score and you can always know what your current grade is. You can always ask me about that too, if something looks like it's missing or like it's off, so we can always talk about it. Okay, and then last but not least, just make sure you take some time to read the syllabus. You can always come back to this page just for any information you need if you're curious about my late policy. I do want to talk about plagiarism, and I would like to make a separate video and talk about plagiarism in a little bit more detail, but now we're really battling the use of AI, ChatGPT. So I'll tell you my philosophy on that in a little bit more detail. I don't want to do that here because we're just looking at the page, but that's going to be a conversation that we can have. Okay, and then very important, if you need any accommodations for the class, make sure you let me know. I also put a link in here to the Office for Disabled Student Services. So please check that out if you think maybe you could benefit from getting tested. Maybe, you've always struggled with finishing tests on time or reading. They're great. The counselors will set you up with an appointment and they'll see if maybe some kind of accommodations might benefit you. Okay, so that's it. Let me know if you have any more questions and we can address this. I can put out different announcements or different ways of answering your questions. Thank you for listening.